Hi, Jeff Marsace here, and I am here today with Karen Allen, a personal project manager with Phoenix Resource Management LLC. So, Karen, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Why don't you explain to us what you do?
What I do, well, let's do a baseline first. That what I do is all about organizing personal and vital documents and information.
Mm-hmm.
So I once asked a client, I'll talk about what I do, of all the things on your to-do list, what's the one thing that keeps you up at night? And her response was that if something happens to me, nobody will be able to find any information that they need to be able to do what they have to do. And so I working with the clients on behalf of professionals or with professionals and their clients. I identify, collect, and organize documents and information. I research overlooked, hidden, or lost data. And I work hand in hand with professionals, including attorneys, accountants, executors of estates,
Mm-hmm.
financial advisors, et cetera, to help you, their clients.
Okay. Well, how did you get into this field to begin with?
I was a project management professional long before project management was a profession.
Okay.
I've been a project manager in the corporate world for over 25 years. And towards the end of my corporate career, I knew, and I've always known, that I wanted to do something to add value to people's lives versus just sitting behind a computer and doing quality reviews.
Okay.
It had its place, but I really wanted to add value. I have gone through some of my own personal experiences, painful, as many of us have, and I just realized that that's where I wanted to go. And the reason for the name Phoenix Resource and Management, the Phoenix is because a friend of mine had a fire and his house didn't burn down fully, which was a shame. It would have been easier to rebuild. But not only did the people who were supposed, not only have to rebuild it, but the people who were supposed to guard it looted it. So you had all these kinds of issues. And I'm sitting there thinking, I had been smoked out of an apartment in D.C. And I knew what it did for just being smoked out and where I lived and all that. He had nothing. Their family had nothing left. And so that's where the Phoenix comes from coming out of the fire. The resource part is that I am a resource to professionals and their clients. And also, I know resources. I know people in each of the professions. So if somebody's saying, well, I need a lawyer, well, I need a financial advisor, I have vetted resources that I can promise the person that they call, the person will talk to them. They may not agree to work together, but I have people that people can count on. And then the management part is that I help manage and coordinate, but I also am a professional certified project manager. So
Okay.
I've been in project management and line management, and I'll stick to the project management.
Okay. Well, I know the answer to this, but for our viewers, why is it so important to keep documents organized?
Well, I'm going to answer that in an example.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I had a very good friend of mine who, when I first started this company, I was telling her what I was doing. I was excited, and she's 49 or so, and she said, I think she's just that kind of person. I think I'm just going to go ahead. I want to get my stuff organized. She had a small family, and she had plans for the future. She was going to get married. She had all this. She goes, I just want to have my affairs in order. And less than a year later, she called me and said, I have gastric cancer. But she had everything in place. Her brother came in. She had a brother, a father, and a stepmother, and her boyfriend. That was her immediate family, and then a whole bunch of friends from out of state. But the way she had everything, her brother came in, he had the healthcare power of attorney and the durable power of attorney, so he was able to do everything on her behalf. She had everything set up financially in terms of her will and beneficiaries, so that when people were there, her boyfriend, her friends, they could be with her instead of with running around trying to find, what's this paper, and catch up quickly before she dies. And this is a woman, you have to understand, who signed her own DNR do not resuscitate as she was getting on the stretcher to go to hospice. So there are some people who will do that. But that's an example of somebody who will do that. Most of us don't do it. We don't think we have the time. It's boring. It's not exciting. It's scary to talk about it. Who's my healthcare power of attorney? Well, I thought it would be one person, but maybe that's not the right person. I know those are the hard questions that you ask when you're looking at wills and trusts and healthcare directives.
Okay. What are some good ways for clients to keep their vital documents organized?
Organizing is kind of like losing weight. It's very personal. There are scads of programs out there, so people can use computer applications. Some people prefer paper, and some people prefer a combination of both. So you can go and you can have, there's a big program that has everything. You can take pictures for your tangible assets. You can put your insurance papers in there, your social security cards, your credit card information. It gives you cues for what you can put in. You can take pictures and all that. Got to make sure you have backups. I still am of the old school where I'm mixed about the cloud. There's still questions of how secure the cloud is, so I always encourage people to have some kind of backup documentation. Other people prefer paper files, and again, a lot of that is really the importance of how you do it is less of value than who knows where to go to get it.
Okay. Right. When should the clients call a professional to help them get organized?
Ideally, if they were to call me on their own, it would be, I've got papers under the bed, I've got papers in the closet, I've got papers in my desk drawer. I think I have some papers here, but I don't know where this is and I don't know where that is. I want to be proactive. That's ideally. Most likely is when they're in crisis, and typically a lot of times I get referrals. I work in affiliation with professionals such as yourself or financial advisors or other professional agents. They're coming to you and saying, I need help, and you're saying, okay, I can help you, but this is what I need from you. And they're saying, okay, here's my first cut. And they give it to you, and more likely than not, you're saying, I need some more. And then they're like that squirrel in the middle of the road trying to figure out which direction to go, and they don't know which to, this side, which way is the way to start. And so typically it's when a person's in crisis, working with you, you might contact me, or you might say, I've got somebody for you to contact, and she can help you, help me help you.
Okay. Well, tell me, how can our clients reach you?
I am available by phone. My number is 919-345-8997, and I always have that with me.
Okay.
Slap. I never work 24 hours. I can be reached at my email, Karen@phoenixresourcemanagement.com, and that's Karen at PHOENIXRESOURCEMANAGEMENT.com.
Okay.
And I have a website, which is PhoenixResourceManagement.com.
Great. All right, well, thank you very much for being with us today, Karen, and I hope our audience got some really good tips out of that, some really good information. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.